desperate 4 a.m. emergency call from a Michigan apartment complex shattered the pre-dawn silence, marking the beginning of a truly haunting sequence of events. The woman on the line made a chilling and nonsensical claim to the dispatcher, stating she was unable to make her teenage son stop breathing. In the quiet city of Holland, law enforcement rushed to the scene, expecting the worst. Upon arrival, officers confronted a mother standing in a doorway, phone in one hand and a weapon in the other. This was the tragic undoing of the lives of Katie Lee and her 17-year-old son, Austin Dean Pickard, a case that would soon grip the local community with its unsettling details. To those living nearby, they appeared to be an ordinary, quiet pair. Austin was remembered as a spirited and gentle teenager, while Katie was seen as a committed parent. However, the private reality inside their home was far more fractured. Legal documents would later paint a picture of a woman losing her sense of self and the world around her. Katie had become a prisoner of her own mind, spending endless hours surveilling the street for government agents and dismantling her home in a search for hidden listening devices. Her isolation was fueled by a constant stream of catastrophic social media content that convinced her the end of civilization was imminent. The tragedy reached its breaking point just one day before Austin Dean Pickard's 18th birthday. In a frantic call to emergency services, his mother, Katie Lee, expressed a disturbing belief that she was carrying out a promise. She claimed that Austin had asked her to prevent him from reaching adulthood and from facing what she believed would be a devastating global conflict in the near future. As the call unfolded, dispatchers struggled to make sense of her statements. When police officers arrived at the apartment, they encountered a tense and dangerous situation. Katie refused to cooperate, forcing officers to enter the residence and take her into custody. Inside, they discovered Austin. Sadly, it was immediately apparent that he could not be saved. In the hours that followed, investigators began piecing together what had happened. Katie's statements revealed a woman whose mental state had been deteriorating for a long time. She described feeling overwhelmed by the challenges of caring for a son with developmental and emotional difficulties, while also dealing with her own physical health problems. According to investigators, she spoke of constant fear and hopelessness. She believed the world was rapidly heading toward disaster. Financial worries, fears of losing their home, and growing paranoia had consumed her daily life. Most troubling of all was her conviction that a third world war was inevitable and that her son would somehow become one of its victims. As the case moved through the court system, Katie underwent evaluations to determine whether she was mentally fit to stand trial. Although concerns about her psychological condition were raised, experts ultimately concluded that she was capable of understanding the legal proceedings against her. Facing overwhelming evidence and the possibility of spending the rest of her life in prison without parole, Katie eventually admitted responsibility for the crime. She pleaded guilty to second-degree murder, bringing a tragic chapter of the case to a close, while leaving a community searching for answers about how such a devastating event could occur. The sentencing hearing revealed the horrifying details of what happened that night. Prosecutors explained that Katie Lee had first drugged her 17-year-old son, Austin Dean Pickard, to make him unconscious before fatally attacking him with a knife. The crime shocked the community and left many struggling to understand how a mother could commit such an act against her own child. After considering the evidence, the judge sentenced Katie to 60 to 90 years in prison, a punishment that will likely keep her behind bars for the rest of her life. During her final statement in court, Katie delivered an emotional explanation for her actions. She apologized to the police officers, paramedics, and medical staff who were forced to witness the aftermath of the tragedy. But her most revealing comments focused on the online world she had immersed herself in for years. Katie described how social media algorithms continually fed her frightening content, reinforcing her fears and paranoia. She became convinced that government agencies were monitoring her every move and that hidden threats existed everywhere around her. Over time, these beliefs became so powerful that they distorted her perception of reality. She admitted that she genuinely believed she was protecting her son from a future filled with war, suffering, and disaster. Looking back, She acknowledged that her mind had become consumed by fear and that she had lost the ability to separate fact from fiction. Since then, the case has been cited by experts as a disturbing example of what is sometimes called algorithmic radicalization. The term refers to the way recommendation systems can repeatedly expose vulnerable individuals to increasingly extreme content, creating a cycle of fear and misinformation. While these explanations can help provide context, they do not excuse the devastating crime that took Austin's life. A young man lost his future, a family was destroyed, and an entire community was left searching for answers. Now, Katie Lee faces decades in prison, left to confront the painful reality of what she did and the irreversible consequences of the fears that consumed her.